This is 21 Alive News on the Hour.
Good morning, I'm Jane Hersha. If you live in the city of Angola, you're advised to boil your water for the next 72 hours. The advisory comes after a water main break late yesterday afternoon. Join us today at noon when we'll be discussing sleep disorders and tell you how to overcome them. See you then.
If you want a good night's sleep, wake up to the big bucks you'll save at Mattress Warehouse. Stop paying department store prices. Shop at Mattress Warehouse today.
Recent research shows that we are a sleep-deprived nation. This lack of quality rest affects our everyday lives at work and play. I'm Jane Hersha, and on Wednesday's Live Line, we'll talk with Dr. James Stevens and RN Philip Henneman from the Sleep Center at St. Joe. We'll find out some of the causes of sleepless nights and get some helpful hints. So have your questions ready. And Mr. Food has tips for economizing on our Memorial Day entertaining. So join us for News, Weather, and Live Line, Wednesday at noon.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Oh, the most explosive action series of all time. The Die Hard trilogy, now on video, featuring Die Hard with a vengeance.
Are you aiming for these people?
Die Hard 2, Die Harder, and the original Die Hard. Plus, all 3 films are digitally mastered by THX for a difference you can see and hear. Buy the action trilogy everyone's dying to own. The Die Hard trilogy. Buy it today.
You're watching WPTA TV 21 Alive.
Do you remember when Rhoda finally married Joe? I mean, how about Anne-Marie's endless struggle to break into show business? That was on That Girl. Do you remember how angry Oliver would get when Arnold the Pig got into mischief on Green Acres? And who could forget the little hotel? It was called the Shady Rest at the Junction. That was Petticoat Junction. Today, you're going to have a lot of fun because we're going to go back in television time and we're going to catch up with the stars of some of your favorite TV shows. And if you don't know them, you're going to meet them. And as I said, you're going to be ahead of the whole block. So, while I go to the studio, will you take a look at this?
Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Well, let's face it, I'm older and fatter. I have yet to take off my pregnancy weight. Never mind, my son's adopted. And you look exactly the same. I hope I don't have to slap. I do.
I can now pronounce you married.
You got hate mail. Why don't you go back to Rhoda, you bum?
Let's be careful out there.
Petticoat Junction.
I thought about giving you.
We have done a photo layout in Playboy.
Take it on. Take it all on.
The chores.
The stars.
Green Acres, we are there.
This young lady was saying, who are those people, right? Stay tuned. She loves them. Stay tuned. You're going to be part of the group. Those were a great bunch of shows. We've invited somebody very special. By the way, this is the first time I think the show is like in its 15th season. I have never had a co-host. I have a co-host today. It's a big thrill for me to introduce this woman. She's an Emmy Award-winning actress. She has starred in some of the most popular television shows ever. And I would like to call her my personal friend. Please welcome Valerie Harper. You look wonderful.
So do you, my darling. And I'm honored to death
to
be here.
I
mean, after 15 years, she doesn't need
Let's work. No. By the way,
I'm a groundbreaker here.
She is a groundbreaker. Valerie Rhoda is back on television. We'll explain that all to you on the cable channel. It's called Nick at Night. And are you surprised that these people are so enthusiastic?
Yes, I am. I'm always warmed by that. But I guess they all felt that they knew Rhoda. Some of them grew up with them. My little girl has been watching Nickelodeon, which is a great channel. I just love what they do. And Nick at Night, since she's 13 now, but she's been watching it since a little kid. So, and they all know the Lucy shows and the old things that Nickelodeon and Nick at Night have saved. So it's incredible. I think the shows that last, Sally, and you have many of the people on today, are the ones that really resonate as a human. It's people you know, people you're related to. Isn't that why you love those
part of your heart?
I think so. I think that's why.
Let's talk about Rhoda. Rhoda was really a character. She ate dry coffee to get rid of a hangover. Don't try it, kids.
No.
She ate health food cereal with chocolate milk.
That's right.
Doesn't work. She'd say she was dieting and then load up with a plain baked potato, and she'd put on sour cream and bacon bits, butter, salami, anchovy.
Who doesn't? I ask you.
Take a look at a clip from Rhoda. Roll tape, please.
Brenda, where have you been? I've been calling you for hours. Where have you been? Rhoda, I was on a date. What's the matter? Okay, Brenda, it's so good to hear your voice.
Oh, my God.
No, listen, I have to tell you something, and I don't want you to get upset, okay? Just listen to me carefully, and please don't be upset. I don't want you to get upset. Oh, really relax. Everything's going to be all right, see?
No, it isn't, Rhoda. Something's wrong.
Brenda, everything is okay. Everything is okay.
Oh, God, I hope.
Brenda, do you know why you are crying?
No.
Well, then be quiet until I tell you. I'm at the police station.
Tell me, what happened? What happened?
I was arrested for soliciting.
Really? I don't understand. How could that happen?
It was a mistake, wasn't it?
About Rhoda was that she always seemed to be fighting an uphill battle. She was fighting her mother, she was fighting her job, she was fighting her weight, she was looking for love. Do you think that's what made her so popular?
Yes, because I think all of us have stuff in our lives that we wish was different. Everyone wants to look like Mary Tyler Moore. How would you like to have her with those hips in white pants for a neighbor? I mean, so it was, she was, and yet she had such a good spirit about her. She was so brilliantly written, conceived by Jim Brooks and Alan Burns, and then the other writers that wrote on the show. Not just Rhoda, but all the characters on MTM, and then later on my show.
Let me explain to people something. When you're doing a show like that, you have no idea.
You don't.
Afterwards,
you
they say, oh, gosh, that was great.
Yeah, exactly.
When they told you you were getting your own show, I wouldn't have left the Mary Tyler Moore. I'd have said, no, I'm staying here.
That's
I like the salary.
Exactly that. That is exactly what I said.
Don't make me go to another show.
I love it here. I love the people. Oftentimes in show business, you might be doing wonderful material, but the people are nothing to write home about. Or you have a fabulous cast and you're in some turkey. I mean, you know, a show you hope closes. I'm talking about theater. This was a case where it was just superlative, brilliant material, real satisfying as an actor or performer, and the people were great. So I wasn't about to leave, and it was Mary, God bless her, who said, Valerie, come on, don't worry about it being a bomb or failing. If I said, Mary, why would I leave? She said, if Rhoda is a bomb, you will move immediately back to Minneapolis and be my neighbor again. So with that kind of support, how can you go wrong?
They'll say.
Yeah.
Of course, the biggest difference in your character on the Mary Tyler Moore show and Rhoda was that Rhoda, she couldn't get a date on the Mary Tyler Moore show.
Except
Rhoda,
really low lives. A lot of guys. A guy that picked me up with a truck with a little bug on its back with a wreath on its chest. He was an Ernie, who also borrowed money from me. And Mary would take me to task about that, as a good girlfriend should.
But she found true love. She found Joe, and you two had great chemistry.
Yeah.
Were you romantically, this is the hard part of a talk show, were you romantically interested in him?
David? Who wouldn't be? No. Good. Good. It didn't take a lot of acting. No, he's an adorable guy, a sweetheart, a wonderful, wonderful adjunct to the show. He really was great. But I was married at the time, and he was having lots of dates with beautiful blondes. So it was a working relationship. But boy, was he. But Rhoda was mad about him. See, that's the nice thing about being an actress.
Half of you is mad about
You can be happily married, but oh, you kid.
And the other half goes home. We have a clip of Rhoda and Joe together. Watch this.
Joe, I'll try, I swear. Believe me, I'm gonna try. You're looking at somebody who's gonna get E for effort in this marriage. Marriage.
Yeah. This is my last night single.
Mine too. I was more single than most people.
Hey, you know what would be an appropriate thing to do tonight? I mean, before we go up to see your mother?
What?
Just so we're ready to settle down. Let's sow our last wild oats.
I think it's high time that Rhoda and Joe got back together. He was the husband that a lot of us dreamt of having, and she got. Please welcome actor David Groh, who played Nice to meet you, too.
Yeah.
Here, should he sit here?
No,
between us, no?
Yeah, between
Yes, between
All
us.
right,
Yes.
sandwich.
Sit wherever you want.
Yes, yes, bookend.
Wherever you want.
This is my first wife.
See, these are
Really,
the
this is a
questions you
reunion.
want to know.
Yeah, he
This
was
is a
the
real
most
reunion.
eligible bachelor in Hollywood at that time.
This is
I asked
exciting.
her if she was romantically interested in you with some part of her, and she said, oh, absolutely.
Of course, look
I'll
at
ask you the
have
same
to be.
question.
Absolutely, still am.
It has to work.
I have such warm feelings for Valerie, and it's not just because we're on a talk show, but tell you that I was like one of the people sitting in the audience. I was this struggling actor in New York who was in plays at churches and coffee houses and you name it, everything but a theater. And I loved the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and I loved Valerie's character. And one day I decided, I had a dream, I wanted to try Hollywood. So I arrived on April Fool's Day, a very good day to arrive at LA. And this magical thing happened. Talk about being lucky. By July 5th, I went to work on Rhoda. It was one of those, the second audition
May,
was Rhoda.
June, July.
Yeah, it's amazing.
3 months. I hate you.
Unbelievable.
I hate you.
I know. A lot of people
You
do.
did something special to make sure you got the part of Joe. What did you do?
Oh, I made sure I was the last one to go in.
Isn't that smart?
Yeah.
Really? How'd you do
Well, it worked out that they saw about 200 people.
Oh, many, many
And
guys.
Valerie was great in that she was there from the very beginning. Very often when you test with a star, they let the stage manager or someone read with you and try out with you. But from the moment I walked in the room, there was Valerie, who was
Yeah, I read with a lot of guys. I
dream
kissed
girl,
a lot of cute guys in Hollywood.
Wait a minute.
During that audition.
Right. She was wonderful, and this was a hard job, right?
Oh, it was tough.
200 guys she had to kiss and fall in love. Yeah, that's a hard job. What was your fondest memory of being on Rhoda?
The wedding. It had to be the wedding.
Great.
Because at the time I'd never been married.
Are you still a bachelor?
No, I got married 8 years ago, and I have a 4-year-old, and
Adorable boy.
who has not yet seen Rhoda. It's past his bedtime, but I'm going to tape one and show it to him. And probably won't recognize
No,
it
he'll
either.
just go, what is that?
Yeah.
The episode
You
where
know.
Joe married Rhoda was one of the highest rated television shows of all time. 52 million people watched it. Can you imagine? Now, for those of you who weren't around, remember I promised you you'd catch up. We have a clip of the famous wedding episode. Please take a look at this.
This one here.
Joe? You know, don't you? Whatever it is I've got to give, you got.
Do you promise to stay together, to grow together, and to trust each other? As long as you both shall love.
I do.
I do. By the authority vested in me by the state of New York, I now pronounce you married.
Look at this soft marshmallow. Look at her.
Yes,
I cry at every wedding on television everywhere else. I don't care. The viewers didn't seem to like her being married. What happened?
Oh, the viewers loved it. I don't really think that's why David was written out of the show. Basically, well, do you want to say, or, I mean...
No, I think like you mentioned earlier, the character of Rhoda is basically the woman who very often gets strong-willed, passionate, but gets the short end of the stick very often and fights back to be a winner. And we love that tenacity. We love that fighting back. And perhaps they felt that she was too happily married, or that...
It was almost like, in fact, Jim and Alan has described somehow her comedic base was gone, and he said, we keep writing shows for Brenda. And I said, well, that's okay with me, you know, he says, no, then we'll do a show called Brenda. This show is Rhoda, and somehow they were also, another element, Sally, we were stuck in what they called the family hour. And there were certain things that we went, I remember the time that they didn't want you to take off his pajama top.
What?
Yes, they didn't want him to...
Why was he wearing pajama tops to begin with?
Well, because that was on our show. They wanted a pajama top. So then we figured, well, get out of the bed and you'll show that he has pajama bottoms on. Would you go with that? And they did. But it was an odd thing. And I think our writers wanted to write Mad About You. They wanted to write a 1970s marriage. And they didn't get a chance. And then they thought Rhoda lost her comic edge. And they also, I think, in the heart of hearts, they were challenged. Can we divorce or separate a major character that everybody
it had never been done before.
It had never been done, so I think they want to do that.
Mad About You, they're having marital troubles, right?
Right.
Oh,
okay,
I just
there
heard
may be a
that
divorce.
this morning.
This happened how many years before that? And it's the same thing.
Almost 20.
Now, you think that Babe the Pig is a big deal? There were pigs way before this guy went out to Australia. This guy has a grandfather who was a big deal.
Nothing is new, Sal.
As we have lots more ahead, Valerie is my co-host. As we go to a break, we're going to show you some clips of Rhoda episodes that featured people who are now famous celebrities. I want you to see how many you can recognize, okay?
Oh, that's fun.
How do they know, Gary?
Well, I had to tell him what you were busted for when I was trying to raise your bail.
You went door to door?
Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it, Rhoda. Nobody was surprised.
Hi. I'm sorry to bother you, but... Are you an actress?
No, I just have my face done at Bloomingdale's.
Oh. I thought maybe Cabaret was in town.
You're nuts, you know that? You're really nuts.
Nuts?
You know, the next time I get involved with a person like you, I'm not going to get involved with a person like you.
Hey, don't apologize to me. That's okay. I like people with rough edges.
Stick around. They could get rougher.
And then Mr. Grant said everybody should do at least one dumb, crazy thing in his lifetime. And this one agreed.
And here we are.
Oh, but I'm so glad you did it. Because now 3 of my favorite people in the world are here for my wedding.
Surprise!
She had done a photo layout in Playboy magazine. Not even so much that he didn't want to give it to me. He didn't ever think about giving it to me. He never...
I thought about giving it.
My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's N-A-Y-E-R.
See what it means to get a new kind of clean. New Lever 2000 Deodorant Body Wash. Deodorant clean right down to your toes. A moisturized clean wherever it goes. Lever 2000 Body Wash helps lock in moisture while it deodorizes. For a soft-feeling mom, a great-smelling dad, the best kind of clean that you've ever had. Lever 2000 Body Wash for all your 2000 parts.
Sandy had an awful allergy attack, so we went to her pediatrician. She said Dimetap Elixir. It gives the relief she needs and has the grape taste she loves. No wonder pediatricians recommend Dimetap 3-to-1 over Benadryl.
Doctors say Dimetap for good reason.
Because wrinkles appear out of nowhere.
The Pond's Institute created Prevent and Correct with 2 different moisturizers that twist apart.
one with SPF for day, one with alpha hydroxys for night, to help prevent and correct the signs of aging.
Here we go again. I wonder if it's going to rain today.
Mom, are those shoes on sale yet?
Does the ball game start at 7 or 7:30? Anybody know?
We're going to be rushed tonight.
Hi, boy.
What do we want to do about dinner?
Mom, if I could find a car, I could run by the store.
I wonder if traffic is going to be tied up by that construction again today. You've got all the answers right here, don't you, fella?
Your Journal Gazette. Now you know.
You don't know who I am, or if I'm as dangerous as I sound, but you've invited me into your life. I hope you don't regret it. These women were all terrorized after placing personal ads.
I didn't honestly think I would make it through that night.
He wants myself, my children. He wants to kill us.
Find out how one ad almost cost them their lives on the next Maury Povich Show.
Wednesday at 11 on 21 Alive.
The Lincoln Museum wants you for a volunteer. Be a part of one of Fort Wayne's exciting new attractions and help tell the dramatic story of our 16th president. Of course, the museum needs volunteers elsewhere, too, at the store and in the offices. If you want to be a tour guide, sign up now for the next docent training class. It'll be 6 weeks of great learning about our 16th president and the museum that tells his story. Call 455-6087 for a great opportunity to serve your community and to help keep history alive.
Are you upset because your little girl is too obsessed with her looks? If so, please call us at 1-800-93-SALLY and tell us about her.
Rhoda, your bouquet. I left your bouquet in the icebox. You wait here, I'll get it.
Okay.
What's new?
Nothing much.
Same here.
Taking the garbage out.
Here's Peter Allen. Everything old is new again. Today, my special co-host is actress Valerie Harper, whom I'm sure you recognize as TV's beloved Rhoda. And as we said, the episode where she finally got married was one of the most popular shows ever seen on television. Now, on that famous episode, a lot of things went wrong, but there to keep things calm and walk her down the aisle was Rhoda's dad, Martin. Take a look at this.
Fathers, you come home late from work. Kids are all asleep. You never get a chance to see them enough. By the time they're old enough to stay up late so you can see them, they don't want to stay home. And then comes the time when you can't stay up late enough to see them when they come home. So, Rhoda, I just want to say, it's good to see you.
Please welcome Rhoda's dad, Harold Gould. Yes.
How you've grown. It's good to see you.
It's great to see you, Hal.
Harold, how are you?
Fine, Jesse.
I'm over here. That's perfectly all right. Do people still call you Mr. Morgenstern?
Mr. Morgenstern. I became so identified with the character. The night of the wedding, I'm in an airport, right? I'm in a line waiting for a ticket, a long line. And I'm waiting patiently. Somebody calls out, "Hey, Mr. Morgenstern, why aren't you at your daughter's wedding?" So identified. I lost my place in line. I went over to see the man. I identified with Mr. Morgan. My name isn't Morgenstein. I'm Morgenstern. I'm Harold Gould. In any case, that was a
that was a terrific experience. This is a family I will never forget. Since that time, I've been in a lot of TV families. I mean, you know, over the years. But that one was so remarkable because of the energy of the people, the vividness of the people.
You know, when people think you are the character, Valerie, I think that happened to him, didn't it? Didn't you get married on another show to another lady and the public was angry?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the truth.
This is wild. They get angry if you leave one show and go marry somebody else.
Well, I came back with Joan Hackett on Another Day.
Oh, that's right.
The very next year, and we got hate mail. Why don't you go back to Rhoda, you bum?
It doesn't make any sense. Why don't you? One of the great parts of the Rhoda show was the relationship between Rhoda's parents. Your wife, Ida, was played by Nancy Walker.
Oh, yes,
what was it like to work with her? She is no longer with us, am I correct?
That's correct,
right.
yeah.
Yes, Nancy is gone, but that was a searing experience in many ways. and enjoyable, and it had its, you know, prickly points. Nancy was a thorough veteran of stage and screen, of performance and so forth, and a real professional who knew technique, who knew timing and so forth. And if she felt that something wasn't going right, she wouldn't be terribly vocal about it, but the face would go. So many times you knew what we're saying, you know, that, or a suggestion would be made with, you know, she said, that's a bunch of baloney, only she didn't use baloney.
Let's take a look at this.
You know, in all the years, you're still the handsomest man I've ever known.
Even with all these wrinkles?
Wrinkles. Listen, we're like match luggage. All those lines are like stickers, just to remind us of all the wonderful places we've been to together. Just so happens that you've traveled a little further than I have.
Always a little vinegar there at the end of the softness. In the character.
Hello?
Oh, I know that sound. I thought we lost him. I thought he was gone from my life.
Hello, Rhoda?
Do you know the sound? Don't you recognize that sound?
No. Hello, Rhoda?
Carlton.
Hello, Rhoda?
Oh, God.
Rhoda?
Yes, you
Is that you?
It's me.
Oh, my goodness. Where you been?
Well, I'm on the Sally Jesse Raphael show right now.
Oh, my goodness. I've been waiting for you to come home or come out or something.
But it was like 17 years, Carlton. Are you still at the same building?
Well, sure. Where you went away? You moved? Well, I just got one thing to say to you.
Okay.
You owe me for 14 Christmases.
Tom, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back.
I tell you, talk about, well, let's face it, I'm older and fatter. I have yet to take off my pregnancy weight, never mind my son's adopted.
I was working in the mailroom, and my psychic gave me the confidence to go for management training. Now my career is really taking off.
Need help with your career? Join the Circle of Vision right now. This call is free.
It was like I dialed the number, and she didn't even see who I was or anything, and she knew all about me. She knew all about my boyfriend and the fight with my professor. I couldn't believe it.
For true psychic insights, join us right now. This call is free. If you have questions, Walter Mercado Psychics have the answers. Join the Circle of Vision right now. This call is free.
Rush home from work, your night to cook. Need something fast? Take a look. Cheese to the rescue.
Let Kroger rescue you with Kroger 16-ounce American cheese food wrap slices, 2 for $4.
Cheese to the rescue. Rescue me. Great taste. Come on now. Take a bite. You're one big hit with them tonight. Cheese to the rescue.
At Kroger, it's
cheese.
We
found a pile of good reasons why it's hard to find jeans that fit. I'm Victor Locke, and on Consumer Reports, I'll bring you up-to-date information on the goods and services you use every day. The most expensive snappy camera isn't the best, and hiking boots get a trail trial. What are the best choices in modems for your internet connection? And can you get portable electronic games for kids for under $20? Join me, Victor Locke, for Consumer Reports Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 on WPTA-TV 21 Alive.
If aliens wanted to take over the Earth, they'd go here. To meet our leaders, here. But what if they just wanted a great family vacation? Sure, they'd go to Cedar Point. With over 150 rides and attractions, a huge water park, and 2 great hotels on the beach, Cedar Point is the best amusement park and resort on Earth. Or anywhere else. Call 1-800-BEST-FUN for your free family getaway guide. That's 1-800-BEST-FUN.
Kittles sells more Thomasville than anyone in Indiana, and always at the guaranteed low price.
And now Thomasville has authorized Kittles to take an additional 10% off their 8 best-selling beds.
Plus, pay no interest and make no monthly payments this year.
Or next year until May.
As one of America's top 20 Thomasville dealers, Kittles is offering an additional 10% discount off their already guaranteed low price.
Plus, pay no interest and make no monthly payments for an entire year.
But hurry, this is a limited time offer. Only at Kittles, your Thomasville superstore.
How much for your sister? I said, that's not my sister, that's my mother, and she's not for sale.
They're embarrassed by Mom's outrageous ways.
He said, Chris, quit calling me Mom in public. How do you expect me to get...
Next, Sally.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Hey, Bob. Hi, 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 Bob. Over here, Dave. Dave. I'm not the race car driver. I'm a psychologist. Not Dave. Bob.
We have had a great time watching clips of Rhoda and the Bob Newhart show. Now, while Bob's secretary, Carol, was often the one who held things together, Carol had her share of mishaps, too. Take a look at this.
Could you unroll me from this typewriter?
My pleasure.
Oh, the other way, you idiot.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Now just wait in there and he'll be with you. And remember, everything in that office has been counted.
Carol, has my group arrived yet? Good. I don't know why, but I'm very nervous about this meeting. Aren't you going to wish me luck?
Please welcome Marcia Wallace, who played Carol. Look, this lady was so thrilled, Marcia. Are you pleased that we did this?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so terrific.
Great.
Marcia is an old friend of ours. How have you been doing?
I tell you, talk about, well, let's face it, I'm older and fatter. I have yet to take off my pregnancy weight, never mind my son's adopted.
Marcia was with us when we talked about breast cancer.
Yes.
She is a survivor of breast cancer. I also know that your husband passed.
Yeah, I was with you right after my darling Dennis died.
And I hear something awful.
And then my house burned. Well, hey.
When did the house burn?
About six months ago.
But you're on The Simpsons.
But I'm on The Simpsons. That's the important.
What do you play?
I am Bart's 4th grade teacher. And he'll never get out of the 4th grade.
Another great character on the Bob Newhart show was Bob and Emily's neighbor, Howard. Please take a look at this.
What else you got? I ain't choosy.
How about a toaster?
Hi, Bob. Hi, Emily. Oh, my gosh. Let me help. is our neighbor, Howard Borden. Howard, this is Mr. Tatum.
Well, I'd like to shake your hand, Mr. Tatum, but I'm busy holding up this wall. Why isn't he helping?
He's robbing us, Howard.
We sure picked a heck of a time.
With us today, please welcome actor Bill Daly.
Yes, working with all these folks.
Yes,
Wow.
exactly. Great.
Hi, everybody.
Billy. He look. Doesn't he look the same? Who said he did?
I know. Doesn't he? He's unbelievable.
Yes.
How do you know him, Valerie?
Big time director now. Well, Bill, we go way back also. And you did, on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, they did a pilot. Yes, on Mary.
Right.
And he was a good-looking, looked good as a candidate, but was a complete bumbler as a councilman, weren't you? And it
Playing
was
myself.
acting.
Well, I wasn't playing with myself. I played myself.
Nah, you were going to go on.
Actually, do you know we have a tape of that? Let's
Who's
take
she?
a look.
Who's that woman out there talking?
That gorgeous redheaded girl.
Hey, they're terrific.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're having a great year.
Oh, about the same as last. Oh, you mean the Vikings?
Yeah.
I understand there was a story going around that Bob Newhart wouldn't eat lunch with the rest of you.
Oh, well, Bob, you know, he liked eating SpaghettiOs and bad food, so he'd eat at the commissary, and we'd always eat at this health food place. By the way, I'm the only guy that didn't smoke, and she'd go in and ask for a yogurt and a package of Camels or something like that. You know. But Bob didn't want to eat with us, because he just didn't like the good food, so that was just a rumor. He was, by the way, Bob's a wonderful guy. Nice man, isn't he?
You know, we were,
Sort of.
Mary was the very, long before MTM was a huge conglomerate, there was Mary.
Classic. I was talking about pre-classic.
And then there was, the Bob Newhart Show was the second show, and it was just us on the lot. And oh, God, it was a wonderful time.
Yeah, we used to visit all the time and come over and see you people. Yeah.
Oh, we did. Those lunches, those dietings. I remember one time you said, Valerie, the way to do it, if you want even just a piece of pie, have that for lunch. It didn't work.
I know it didn't. Don't ever listen to me with my diet.
With dieting.
That was my House of Pies diet.
Right.
It didn't work.
House of Pies. Right, I remember them on Russia.
Bill, do you have fond memories of being on the Bob Newhart Show? And if so,
oh, it was
are there
the greatest.
moments
It was the
that
greatest
stand
6 years of my life, you know. And of course, we're good friends. We just had dinner in Albuquerque.
We just had sex.
We just had, well, we did that too. It was a long dinner.
We'll be right back.
Oh, you were on Gina.
Not even so much that he didn't want to give it to me. He didn't ever think about giving it to me. He never...
I thought about giving it.
Now you qualify for permanent coverage that beats the competition if you are age 50 to 79. $10,000 of permanent insurance combining life and accidental death protection can now be yours for $1 a week. This offer from Providian Life and Health Insurance Company is different than other plans you have seen. We don't think you'll find this much affordable protection anywhere else. Unlike other $1-a-week plans, everyone age 50 to 79 qualifies for $10,000 worth of coverage for $1 a week. Unlike others, this plan lasts for a lifetime. It never runs out. Unlike others, you're covered from the very first day. Plus, there's no waiting period for coverage and no medical exam needed to apply. So don't miss out on this valuable opportunity. Call now. Call 1-800-338-3100 now for $10,000 of coverage for $1 a week. That's 1-800-338-3100. Call now.
The American Lung Association presents the 13th annual Bike for Breath Trek through the historic roadways of Adams and Wells counties. Just sign up some pledges and join us for one of 3 routes through scenic countryside. All routes begin and end in Poe with plenty of rest stops and refreshments along the way. And proceeds allow needy children with severe asthma to attend Camp Super Kids this summer.
It's a great way to spend Saturday with your family and help make a difference.
The 13th annual Bike for Breath. For information, call 1-800-LUNG-USA.
After 40 years, Stoller's, Fort Wayne's premier patio lighting and fireplace store, is going out of business. Additional markdowns have been made. Save like never before on patio furniture, lighting, fireplaces, and all fireplace accessories. Selection is still good, but most items are now one of a kind. Register to win thousands of dollars in prizes. Everything in the store will be sold, and it's all first come, first serve. So hurry to Stoller's Quitting Business Sale on Coliseum Boulevard between Lake Avenue and the Cloverleaf.
Feeling run down? Can't catch up with the rigors of daily living? Join the Linville Fitness Center, owned and operated by Whitley Memorial Hospital. Linville Fitness Center stresses wellness and preventive medicine for the old and young alike. So get going and toned with over 20 different weekly aerobic classes scheduled from 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. You can even correlate all your medical recovery or personal exercise needs via their healthcare departments and doctors. Stop in and receive a free trial night located on the corner of Van Buren and Whitley Streets in downtown Columbia City.
Some members of our audience will receive, and a promotional fee has been provided by...
Are allergies driving you crazy? Now there's all-natural relief. SunSource Allergy Relief. Fast, temporary relief without side effects. All natural. SunSource Allergy Relief. It works.
My new denture adhesive is Polygrip free. It is free of artificial flavors, and it's free of artificial colors. Polygrip free holds my dentures tight.
Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
Today we are visiting some of the stars of our favorite TV shows, past and present.
So, Sally, do you remember the little hotel called the Shady Rest at the Junction? Petticoat Junction, that is. I believe we have a clip of that show. So let's take a look at it, huh?
Think, Betty Joe, our sister's independent. Yeah. Yes, I'm independent. You've got your very own apartment over a garage. How romantic. I'm going to be so happy.
Please welcome to the Bradley sisters, Linda Kay Henning, who played Betty Joe, and Gunilla Houghton, who played Billy Joe.
Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about the cares, it is time to relax at the junction.
You guys look beautiful. The show Petticoat Junction was created by your father?
Yes.
Paul Henning? Yet he didn't want to give you a part?
Well,
if you don't have your relatives, who do you got?
It's not even so much that he didn't want to give it to me. He didn't ever think about giving it to me. He never...
I thought about giving it to
Linda, one of the original cast members was Sharon Tate.
Yes.
Who, of course, was murdered by Charles Manson, yet Sharon never appeared in any of the shows. What happened?
No, she did trailers, and we did a lot of publicity photos. In fact, I have a couple of publicity photos with all of us dressed alike with Bee. But she had done a photo layout in Playboy magazine that was to come out just before our show was to start airing, and they felt that that was not a very good idea with a family show to have her be
Today they make her president of the network.
And you were on Petticoat Junction the entire time.
7 years,
7
yeah.
years. And Gunilla, you were on for just the 1 year.
Actually, yes. Laurie Saunders and I replaced the original Billy Joe and Bobby Joe. And, of course, that was my first real acting or television job. And being very young and stupid, I thought, well, now I'm a star. So I guess I can go on and do everything or anything, and somebody will give me my own series. So I left to do a musical. But then about a year and a half later, I went on to Hee Haw.
Sure.
and sort of become known as Nurse Goodbody, and been doing that for 20-some-odd years, like a lifetime, except everybody still always asks me about Petticoat Junction.
And you're working
it's like
with...
everybody wanted to grow up to be us or be us. Everybody either wanted to be us or do us. I don't know, something like that.
And she still has a good body.
We'll be right back.
Oh, Daddy, will you stop worrying? We're going to stop for a little picnic, and we should be there by 2. We'll be fine.
Who's we?
Don Hollinger, the fellow in the magazine I sent you. And, Daddy, since this is the first time you're meeting him, well, you know how you always hate any boy I bring home.
If I've hated them, it's because they're dummies. And this Don doesn't look like any exception.
Quiet now, Lou.
What difference does it make whether I'm quiet or noisy? He's still a dummy.
Daddy. Love you both.
Goodbye.
You have to realize something. She's grown up now. She makes her own decisions. She picks her own friends.
Wonderful. She can pick the dummy of her choice.
Oh, he's probably a very nice boy.
As far as I'm concerned, there isn't a guy in the world who's good enough for that girl.
My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R.
In a taste test, which of these Lipton iced tea drinkers preferred the taste of Louisiana tea over regular-sized Lipton? These two. That's 2 out of 3. And which of these preferred Louisiana? These two. Again, 2 out of 3. It's incredible. 2 out of every 3 Lipton drinkers preferred Louisiana iced tea over regular Lipton. All Louisiana is specially blended for iced tea. So, there's a great chance you'll prefer it too. Try Louisiana, the right tea for iced tea.
We've got the weather team. Jay Walker, Brent Trantham, Curtis Smith. We've got the weather tools. NexRad Radar, live local radar. The forecasting power of 80 AccuWeather meteorologists. Only one station gives you this combination of team and tools. WPTA TV, 21 Alive. The team and the tools. Only on WPTA TV, 21 Alive.
Blackburn and Green is always looking for the best way to help injured people with their personal injury claims. We always seek to improve our knowledge and skill and are persistent in the search for the best way because we know you count on us. Don't call just any attorney for help with your personal injury claim. Choose Blackburn and Green. We are attorneys for injured people.
Blackburn and Green, attorneys for injured people.
Hi, I'm Rod Woodson. I'm back.
He came back to play in Super Bowl 30, and he's coming back with his football camp for the children of Fort Wayne. This year, the Rod Woodson football camp will feature more NFL greats than ever before. And now, kids 14 to 18 will learn limited contact drills with helmets and shoulder pads. You'll get football tips from the best at the Rod Woodson football camp June 20th to June 23rd at Snyder High School.
I'm back, and I hope you join me.
Pick up your brochure at any Scott's food store.
Do you know a mother who's obsessed with her little girl's appearance? If so, please call us at 1-800-93-SALLY and tell us about it.
Sally, I'm really having a marvelous time here, but you know what we haven't done? We haven't looked at the old commercials, you know, that ran with all these great shows that are represented today. Let's take a look at some of those old commercials.
Mamma mia, that's some species. That spicy meatballs, Jack. Take 28. Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball. Cut. The accent. Cut. Cut. Micey, micey, bossy, bolt. Take 59. Stand back.
Sometimes you eat more than you should, and when it's spicy besides, Mamma mia, do you need Alka-Seltzer? Alka-Seltzer can help unstuff you, relieve the acid indigestion, and help make you your old self again.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball.
Macaroni has a second name, it's M-A-Y-E-R. I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with the
Oh, it's surprising, Joe. Get it out of your mouth. My poor wife, how did you do it?
Maybe with a dish rag.
Oh, that's very funny. The thing is, found it. It's the quick picker-upper. Look, Bounty here, my old brand here. In they go. You see, Bounty absorbs more liquid faster. Strong, too.
Rosie, the missus will love Bounty.
Sure, it's the quick picker-upper.
No, nothing takes it off like Noxina medicated shave. Take it off. Take it all off.
Okay, I think we're going to be right back, right?
We'll be right back.
There we go. That was another vanilla.
What time is it, Grandpa?
It's almost 5 o'clock. We'd better get a move on.
Hey, that new hearing aid works good. But why can't I see it?
Because it's a miracle ear mirage.
That's really neat. It's like almost invisible. You know, for a long time, me and Grandpa never talked. Mom said his hearing was bad.
I couldn't make out what she was saying. So I called Miracle Ear for a free video of hearing loss in you. I learned a lot of important things about hearing, including ways to help myself. You know, it's sad going through life not hearing what your family's saying, particularly when you might learn how to help yourself with this free 15-minute video.
Tell me some more about fishing, Grandpa.
It is so much fun.
If you're missing what friends and family are telling you, call the toll-free number now for your free 15-minute video, Hearing Loss in You. No cost or obligation, so call right now.
Your credit isn't very good. You need things for your home, a washer, dryer, TV, or maybe a sofa or a bed. You don't think you can get it. Well, there are things in life that you just plain need, and when you want them, you can get them at Rarix Easy Pay.
Easy Pay.
No credit, just easy on your budget.
It's the easy way.
If you want it, you can have it.
You can have the things you want today with Rarix Easy Pay.
Whatever your situation, you can have the things you need at Rarix Easy Pay.
Hi, Fort Wayne. I'm Dr. Nancy Snyderman from ABC's Good Morning America. Changes in the world of medicine take place every day, and trying to keep up with all of them can make your head spin. 21 Alive's Marty Wright has the cure. Every weekday on 21 Alive's News at 5, right after Oprah, Marty brings you medical matters. From breakthroughs in the world of medicine, wellness, nutrition, to research being done right here in Fort Wayne, you can count on Marty to bring you the news you can use. Watch Marty's Medical Matters weekdays only on WPTA TV 21 Alive.
How much for your sister? I said, that's not my sister, that's my mother, and she's not for sale.
They're embarrassed by Mom's outrageous ways.
She said, Chris, quit calling me Mom in public. How do you expect me to get...
Next, Sally.
Go ahead. There she is.
This is a question kind of for all of you. Any moments in the shows that you did that stand out in your mind?
What kind of moments? Bad ones or
Well,
good?
I don't know. One night I'm never someone who slips in front of a nun and swears, you know, and then goes, oops.
Oh, yes.
One night,
yes.
I had a line, and it was, Bob says, why did you do that, Carol? And I said, because, Bob, I don't want to louse this thing up. But I didn't say louse.
She said...
Where it came from, I don't know. There was this huge wait, and all of a sudden people laughed for what seemed like days, and every time, and Bob was going like this. Suzanne was furious because she's the colorful talker in the group, you know.
Oh, that's right.
And then I ended up talking colorfully on every gag reel in town, ticked her off.
We're all huge fans of Valerie's, but this man gives new meaning to the word fan.
Right.
This is Julius Burnett, and he is Valerie Harper's #1 fan.
Good job. Good to see you, baby. Yeah. Julius.
Now,
Come here, right here.
we're saying, what does that mean?
Well, Julius has written a book called Rhoda Revisited. He is from, I met him in Birmingham when I was there on a junket.
How long has this been going on?
4 years.
Come up here.
Up here?
Come up here.
4 years?
Yes.
You discovered her 4 years ago.
4 years ago,
Okay.
and she came to Birmingham.
Tell us some of the chapters in your book.
We have Guilt Trips by Ida Morgenstern.
He has enumerated, it's a chronicle of the entire Rhoda, all the series. How many?
109.
109 shows, and he has, and what else?
We have Foods Consumed by Rhoda and Brenda. We have Head Stars by Rhoda, the original designing woman.
Rhoda's Romantic Remedies, Foods Consumed by Rhoda. And this is a book which he hopes to get published real soon. One last note, he calls himself the #1
Rhoda Rooter.
Rhoda Rooter. Julius, thank you. And to Larry for
We'll be right back.
For free tickets to be in the Sally Show audience, call 212-582-1722, extension 58.
Yes, going to work can be a party. With great tips and money for the holidays, every day can seem like a party. Midwest Bartender School offers you the chance to work while going to school. We emphasize hands-on training to simulate real on-the-job experience in our bartending classes. We can teach you everything you need to know to begin your career in as little as 2 weeks. Don't be late for the party. Call 577-2727 today. We serve success.
I'm Victor Locke with Bob and Tom from 92.3 The Fort.
Hi, Bob.
And I'm Tom. I really always wanted to have my picture taken with Victor, so if you'll excuse me for just a second, try to look nice, Victor. I know it's a stretch.
Okay. Cheese, thank you.
Thanks, Victor. This has been a great moment for me.
Can you sign that?
Something I'll always remember myself. Join me for the latest news, weather, sports, and traffic from 21 Alive and a few minutes of sanity from Bob and Tom. Mornings, weekdays on 92.3 The Fort.
Did it flash?
Your teenager could be in trouble. Here are some warning signs. Suddenly fails at school. Destroys property. Uses alcohol or other drugs. Withdraws from family and friends. Becomes physically violent. Runs away from home. Talks about or attempts suicide. If you're worried about your teen, call Charter at 1-800-CHARTER. If you don't get help at Charter, please get help somewhere.
It takes more than scientists to cure cancer. It takes people who care enough to support the research. Please join the Vera Bradley Classic in our effort to find a cure.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Time to pick the winner of Sally's Getaway Sweepstakes. The grand prize of a trip for two to Sapphire Beach Resort and Marina in St. Thomas goes to, I'm going to go way down in this pile, goes to John Vanda Jr., Post Office Box, Alameda, California. Congratulations. Earlier, Nickelodeon has been showing many classic shows on their Nick at Night. These shows are now so popular that Nick at Night is spun off into a whole new channel called TV Land. One of the best things about it is that adults can now enjoy these shows with their kids. I enjoy my new friend, Valerie Harper. Thank you for being here today.
Everybody. Thank you.
Some members of our audience will receive, and a promotional fee has been provided by
smoking, colas, coffee, they can all stain your teeth. But Topol Whitening Toothpaste removes tough stains. Low abrasion Topol. Uncover the white.
Hot Pockets, filled with pepperoni pizza or ham and cheese and a crispy crust.
What are you gonna pick? Hot Pockets.
Try Lean Pockets, too.
The two leading pregnancy test brands. Both are accurate and simple, but Answer costs dollars less.
There's only one answer.
Answer. Accurate, simple, cost less.